Also, you can send us a message on that hashtag after hours of spice. You can react to this conversation that we're having. Yeah, any kind of comments that you have, you will be very excited to read that. Alafu this hour, I'll let you know how you can walk away with 3,000 shillings, all courtesy of Naivas.
Right.
And it's very simple. You, a shopping basket, and your kids. That's all you need. If you want to walk away with this money. And then raises on Kwanza right now that we enlist back to school manenos. But yeah, once again, the one and only Dennis Saka, aka Beard and Marketing, is in the building.
Yep.
He's the founder and CEO of Dreamers Inc. We're talking all things entrepreneurship, AI, customer experiences. There's a whole lot going on. JP, take it away.
Yeah, so there's a huge demand for AI-related skills, as you've just mentioned. And, how do we, manage that as entrepreneurs? Because there's a huge skill gap. Many people who haven't learned, many people who wish they could learn. How would you address that as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so I think one of the easiest ways to address that gap is YouTube. YouTube is an amazing platform. YouTube is for me, one of the most amazing platforms ever created, and I'm sure all of you will agree. There's a famous athlete in Kenya. It's called Julius Yego.
Yeah.
That guy, he learned everything that there is to learn about that sport. Javelin.
Yeah.
He learned everything that there is to learn about it on YouTube. That's the power that you have on YouTube.
Right.
So for me, I think all this information is already on YouTube. Like if you're looking for an AI that does any tool, just go on YouTube and say, I want an AI that's able to maybe analyze data like this.
Yeah.
Go through some of the AIs that are there and try and be familiar with them, work on them, see if they appeal to you or not. I recommend for everyone, and this might be me selling them, but I don't think they have any offices in Nairobi. ChatGPT is big. Anyone who tells you that ChatGPT is not a nice AI is lying to you. Because I think I've had those conversations, people saying that ChatGPT is just a hype. ChatGPT is not just hype. It's genuinely a really nice AI. It really helps you in terms of brainstorming. And also when you're looking at AI, another problem that I've seen with people, how people use AI.
Right.
And I think this is one of the things that I stress a lot in my team. When you're using AI is not there to think for you. AI is supposed to be there to help you like brainstorm. So I have this issue. For instance, I'm not getting enough marketing leads. This is what I've been doing. The AI tells you, hey, can you try this, this, and this? And then you're like, okay, so let me try this, and then I'll give you feedback in terms of the kind of results I get. And then you keep on iterating.
Yeah.
One of the problems that I see with people prompting AI is that they will say something like, how do you make your video go viral on Instagram? I don't think you'll get any viral content off that, right?
Okay.
So you need to be also very smart in terms of how you're prompting your AI. So to answer your question, YouTube. Go to YouTube. YouTube has a wealth of information. There are a lot of creators who are also like they are super passionate about this topic, which is AI,
right.
and they're creating a lot of content about it, and you can have a lot of conversations there about it, and everyone is having today I met this guy like a week ago. I went to see him today as well. He's a guy who operates at a cyber in Banana. And this guy, Banana is in the village, right? Banana is in the villages of central Kenya, right? I wouldn't say villages, but it's towards the Shago, yeah. And this guy was talking to me about quantum computing. Can you imagine you've entered just a normal cyber cafe to try and do your print work?
Yeah.
And then this guy is telling you about quantum computing. He's telling you about AI. So that tells you that actually the information is getting down. It's getting down to the mashinani. The people in mashinani know about AI. They understand to a level how AI works, and they're using it. So I would say YouTube is a good starting point. Figure out what AIs are in your different fields. If you're doing creativity, there's ChatGPT. There's Firefly on Adobe, which is amazing. There's this tool called Firefly, which can do for you posters and stuff. So I use Firefly for a lot of my posters. Yeah, anyone who's listening and understands what I'm talking about, they know. ChatGPT is good all round in terms of most use cases, ChatGPT will work very well for you.
Yeah.
I think we've had some few. I've forgotten the name of the AI tool that we use for text to audio, but yeah, there are a lot
Sora.
of really good. That's for text to video.
Oh, text to video.
Yeah,
Sort of.
text to video is Sora, and then there's text to audio. I don't know which one we use for text to audio, but then it's really, really good. If you go to our Dreamers Inc. page, some of the ads that we've done there is purely AI. You might think it's a real person talking, but it's not. It's just AI, an AI voice, and this AI voices are becoming very realistic. So yeah, people have to become. They have to become smart about how they're doing things, because you can imagine before this text to audio thing, if you wanted to do a really good ad, you'd have to go to Johnson Mwakazi.
Yeah.
Johnson Mwakazi was a guy. He has a really
remember.
good
Deep
bass.
voice.
Yeah. He can
Selected
do a really,
few of guys who can do voiceovers.
Very selected few people could do voiceovers.
True.
Yeah.
Right now, you can do it with AI, and AI is doing it very, very well. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's just about understanding what kind of AI you want.
Yeah.
Looking for it on YouTube and looking at how to use it.
Are educational institutions in Kenya doing enough to integrate entrepreneurs when it comes to AI?
Bro, thank you for asking me that question.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking me that question. I'm very passionate about that question. Actually, one of the problems that I have with the Kenyan system is that I don't think the Kenyan system readies us for entrepreneurship. If you think about it, think about the smart kid in class, or just think about the narrative that you are fed. You said you grew up pre internet, so
Yeah.
I think you would resonate. In primary, you're taught work hard, you'll go to a national school. In secondary, you work hard and you hopefully get into that national school, right? You go to the national school, you're taught work hard, you go to a good university. You work hard, you go to the good university, right? And when you're in university, you're told work hard, you'll get a really, really nice job.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? All these guys are preparing you for employment. There is no place, there's no system, and maybe you guys can tell me. Maybe you guys studied a different system, but I'm a fruit of the 844 system.
Yes.
Now the 844 system for me, I think, just prepares you for employment. They tell you work very hard, make sure you get really good grades, and if you get very good grades, you'll go to a good university. If you go to a good university, you'll get a really nice job. It's never ever about I'll go to university, I'll look at what are some of the issues that society has, and how will I tap into those. How will I make sure that I come up with solutions for those problems that society has and actually make money out of it, if that makes sense? We're not taught how to be entrepreneurs when you're in uni. We're not in uni, even in secondary, even in primary. We're not taught how to do business. When I finished high school, I got a good grade post high school, and I told my mom that I didn't want to go to uni. I wanted to do business. And my mom told me, you didn't get an A. I wanted to start a matatu business. She told me, you didn't get an A to become a makanga. You get? And that's the kind of attitude that most parents, most teachers, most people do have. You get what I'm saying? Me, I was looking at it and I was sitting there. After I finished Form 4, I'm like, what? These matatus, see, they make hella back. Imagine going and coming. Hey, this money has to be serious. Me, I'm like, hey, see, if I buy one matatu, this one matatu will be enough to take me through engineering school. Instead of taking me to engineering school, just give me that Benjis. I'll start my matatu business and I'll do well for myself. She was like, no. With retrospect, it helped me. I was able to go to uni. I made very good friends. I made good connections. And yeah, I am glad that I had a university experience. But you get what I'm saying? Like, society does not prepare us for entrepreneurship. One of the things that I'm trying to do with my platform is I'm trying to encourage people to go into entrepreneurship. Is it hard? Yes, it is very hard. Employment is one of those options that is just easier, I would say, because you have stability. You know that maybe on every 25th of every month, I'm getting a salary. So you can plan your life around that. In entrepreneurship, it's a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
True.
You need to go out, you need to hustle, you need to do all these things. But then one of the things that people will tell you about entrepreneurship is that when that payday comes through, it comes through. And it comes through well,
yeah.
So, yeah, and right now you can see also people who are in an employment. This employment that we were being told is all rosy and daisy. I can tell you right now, people in employment are being taxed at least 40%, bro.
They're some of the most frustrated people in the country, in the world.
They are, bro. One of the things that actually drove me to quit my job, because I told you I was previously employed at BET.
Yeah, man.
One of the things that made me quit my job is that every year I'm looking at myself, I'm looking at the pay slip, and every year something is being introduced. Mara, it's the housing levy. Then we kaa kidogo. Mara, it's the SHA shift. Then you kaa kidogo. Mara,
something else being slashed.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By the time you're looking at what your take home is, it's just like, is it worth it? So this employment that we are taught to really aspire to is not what it is. What people make it look like, if that makes sense. I don't know, I've mumbled kidogo, but So me, one of the things that I think that we genuinely need to do in our Kenyan system is how do we inspire more entrepreneurs? How do we make people actually want to go into entrepreneurship? How do we make people actually look at society, identify gaps, and monetize those gaps once they are able to come up with solution to those gaps, if that makes sense. Because a good business needs to be sorting out a certain problem that we have in society.
Like what you said, man. But businesses are here to sort out problems.
Right.
Find solutions, not to make profits.
Exactly.
You find the solution and then the profits come.
100%. And bro, I believe in that. You see how even you've captured it. I feel like sometimes most people, when they're getting into entrepreneurship, is that
they want quick money.
They're getting into it for money. And when you get into it for money, then you get disappointed. Because maybe in the interim, I think like for the first year when I did Dreamers Inc., hey bro, it was just putting in effort. Before I landed my first client like this. And before even you land a fast paying client in Kenya, bro, and that the client writes your check, they're like, hey, thank you for your services. Bro,
that's a lot of effort put in.
If you've gotten a first customer, bro, you have your right, you've already done the right thing. That means there's somebody who's out there who can actually, who thinks your product makes sense, or it's like, it's sorting out a particular issue. You get what I'm saying? So
it's a very awesome feeling.
One of the things that I always stress is go like what you said, go into entrepreneurship wanting to sort a problem, and if you go in with that attitude, your goal is to make sure that you're sorting out this problem. It's not about the money. So the money comes in as it's a by the way.
It's like
I've been sorting out this problem. So the consequence of sorting out this problem was that I was able to get more benches out of it. If that makes sense.
It's interesting. We're talking about entrepreneurship, and I know you guys, even this space over here. I know it's not my platform. It's not like I own this platform. But even how we go about our content, just like I was talking about this with my brother here, JP. It has to be solution oriented. You know what I mean? The content just cannot be at the entertainment and relationships and You know what I mean? Because obviously it has to be driven to the end game. Has to be we have to create something bigger outside of this platform. You know what I mean? Something that's self-sustainable in order to really have longevity in the industry.
What do the consumers get? The person who's listening to this, what are they getting out of it? You get what I'm saying? So I agree with you 100%.
But even aside from AI and tech, as we wrap up this conversation, there are a bunch of entrepreneurs in Kenya who are struggling. They're consuming such negative news about the economy, and maybe some of this news is factual. But in terms of building that resilience mentally, the discipline and everything else, how deep should you go? How resilient should you be, man? Because just like you said, entrepreneurship is not easy, man. Because I bet you right now somebody is probably thinking, Kev, you guys have been in the game for like 2 years. Okay, even if I have proof of concept, there's some people who are excited about this product, I'm a service that I have, I'm still not making the profits. So somebody in a situation like that, what would you tell them? Is it a case of just be consistent? I'ma maybe tweak the product a bit? What would you tell a guy like that?
So I think like all the things that you said, but then the number one thing that I'll tell them is go back to what you said. You remember when you've said something very powerful there. You said identify a problem and then sort out that problem, money will follow. If you're too fixated on the money, then you'll get frustrated. If you're too fixated on binges, you're too fixated. It's like a content creator. I don't know how many, I think maybe the people who are listening to you are mostly content creators, Gen Zs and stuff like that. If a content creator is so fixated on getting the numbers, they're always looking at, hey, how many views did I get? How many minutes did I get? You're not focused on what is the message that I'm trying to put across to my audience. Then you already have it messed, if that makes sense for me. If that makes sense.
You make absolute sense.
The number one priority should be, number one, what's my goal? What is the problem I'm solving? If that problem, if your product is sorting out a problem, then you're already in a good space.
Okay.
Now, number two, in terms of getting getting that money flowing in, you need to analyze your business. You need to figure out what are some of the gaps. Some of the things that I think we've been taught, going back to 844, there was this saying that was being taught in primary. It's a methali, kibaya chajitembeza, and then they were saying kizuri chajiuza. Bro, that's one of the biggest lies ever. Kibaya chajitembeza, kizuri chajiuza. And the interpretation of that is what? Is that if you have a good product,
just chill. Someone's gonna come and whisk you away and tell you this is beautiful.
That's that's exactly what we've been taught. And is that a lie? And it's like one of the biggest medhalis.
Okay.
One of the biggest sayings.
And it's sunk in some people's minds.
Kabisa, and that's how people have been trained to think. They've been trained to think kibaya chajitembeza. If you're overly advertising yourself, if you're overly
that's
being
too
out
much.
there, you're saying that my business is the big one, my nini. Your product is not a good product. That's what people think. You get what I'm saying? People think that a good product should be very silent. But then, if you look at it, is in the Kenyan context, if you're not talking about your product, who do you expect to talk about your product? You get what I'm saying? Right. Some of the Kenyan businesses, I don't think they take marketing as seriously as they should. I think Kenyan businesses really focus a lot on product. In terms of the products that we have in Kenya, bro, world class. Take it to the bank, world class. Mobius. You remember Mobius?
An amazing vehicle.
Remember that second? I don't know if it was the second or the third one. The latest one before bro, beautiful car,
advancement,
beautiful car. But you tell me one ad that you saw for Mobius, even on socials.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? They have a full operation. They have a showroom. Nini.
So just here.
Yeah. But then, like in terms of socials, you're not coming to us.
Yeah.
You're not coming to the consumer. You're not being consumer centric.
Did Mobius close up, or were they shutting down?
I think they were about to shut down, isn't it?
Yes, they were about to shut down. Actually, they don't have the stall here anymore.
Oh, they moved out?
at Samia Business Park.
Oh, interesting.
It's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a good example, right? Because people are not advertising. If you look at these other guys, there is another company. I don't know if you guys know about them. They're called Rome Electric.
Yeah.
Do you know about Rome Electric? They make the electric buses. They got a lot of funding last year.
It's ROAM.
ROAM.
Yes, I know.
They're called Rome.
Yes.
Those guys. Perfect marketing. They realize that they're not looking at marketing to me. They're marketing to other B2Bs. So they went to the circles. They're like, hey, we can give you this bus at CG. It's called rent to something. So they don't pay for the bus upfront. The more they drive, they pay something.
Yeah,
I think that's what the
and it
it's called rent to rent.
Yeah, and it plies your route.
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, bro, that's a genius marketing.
Very innovative.
And they're growing. Right now, they're looking at growing into Rwanda from Kenya. And it's a Kenyan SME. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like at the automobile industry. If you want to do an automobile, what do you say, startup, you're destined to fail. There are actually automobile startups in Kenya that are doing well. It's just that they looked at the right problem and they sorted it out. Because I think Rome is not doing personal vehicles. They're only doing PSVs.
Yeah,
they're only doing buses and stuff like that. And we all know that most people in Kenya are actually using PSVs. So you understand they've actually seen a problem in the market and they're
identified
and they're sorting it out. So going back to your question, that would be my thing. Are they passionate about the problem that they're sorting out?
Okay.
If they're passionate about the problem that they're sorting out, I can guarantee you that money will follow.
So based on what you just said, what's your biggest expense at Dreamers Inc?
My biggest expense right now is my rent.
Okay.
Yeah. My biggest expense right now is my rent. We moved into a bigger space to allow businesses to be able to come in and take content. So my biggest expense.
I thought you were going to say advertising.
Sorry?
I thought you were going to say advertising your own business.
No, so right now advertising actually, because one of the things that happens is that in Kenya, not too many people are doing advertising, right?
Okay.
So number one, the cost of advertising on socials is very cheap. I would say I spend about 40,000 per month on advertising, and I'm able to get good reach for a small agency like me. So I wouldn't say that's my biggest cost.
Okay.
But I would say that if you're a business, you need to advertise.
Yeah, you need to go hard on advertising.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let me ask you, bro. There's probably somebody with a small company and they have a really talented individual. Say I have my own Saka, Dennis, crazy guy. He's the one running the marketing agency, and then this guy owns Standard, for example, or something, just as big, another agency just as big, and then they come and get you. Yeah. So as the owner of this organization that of course worked with such an amazing talent, how do I differentiate between, because there's a term that in business that really just amazes me when people say it's just business, Kevin, it's just business. So how do you differentiate between you taking it personally and saying it's just business, and how do you understand and say, that's just the game?
Yeah.
So, and how do you step up and compete now with the big boys, knowing very well that they can come for your own?
They can come for my people.
They can come for your own talent, for your people.
Yeah, so with that's a very good one. So with regard to talent, with talent, I think.
And how do you stay relevant in the game, knowing very well that some of your most talented people could actually get, poached?
So for me, the reason why, for me, hiring is very important, right? How I hire my people is also very important. So how I hire my talent is not that I come to Kev, who's already a seasoned talent, and I'm getting Kev to help me with something. What I do is I go for people who society would have normally not taken a chance on. And even if you ask anyone who has worked with Dreamers Inc., they would tell you that I hire people who society does not take a bet
The green.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what I do is I'll then take my time and I'll develop that talent and I'll make them become very, very good at what they do. Because I would like to think that I'm very good at developing talent. So even one of the talents, my two previous talents, they were not that good in terms of video and Photoshop and all these things. But then obviously we get them to the Dreamer House. We tell them, hey, these are the playlists that you need to watch on YouTube. They're going to teach you this, and this. And then hopefully in the next 3 months, you would see where you are. Now, how does this help me in terms of growing Dreamers Inc? Number one is that the big talent, your scanners, they will not want to get my talent. So they will think, so number one, maybe some of the talent that I have, maybe they didn't get degrees, for instance. Scanner will want to get a degree. You get to say, I don't need a degree. Me, the only thing that I need if you're coming to work for me at Dreamers Inc. is that you should be a person who can learn. If you can learn, if you have that ability to learn, for me, you're good. And you show passion on these things for content creation and stuff. Me, I'm good with that. So number one would be that the big guys, how I secure myself from them pushing my talent, number one, is I don't go for the talent that they normally go for. And then number two is because I sell the dream, bro. Obviously, I haven't sold you the dream. I haven't told you what I want to do with Dreamers Inc. But then Dreamers Inc., I want Dreamers Inc. to be huge, I tell these guys, I want Dreamers Inc. to be huge. And I want you to be to be with me. Like the way people, the way Elon Musk had the PayPal mafia. You've heard about the PayPal
23
mafia.
guys.
Yeah. But those guys, they left and they became very brilliant.
All of
what
them.
They did. All of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So me, I want to create something like that Dreamers Inc. Mafia.
Yeah.
By the time, in the next 10 years, if you are looking at some of the unicorns that are in Nairobi, they're all headed by people who are previously working for me at Dreamers Inc. I try and hire people who are not too focused on money. They're not too driven at I need to be earning this. They are more focused on, we have this goal that we need to accomplish, and how do we best accomplish it?
I like your fam. You just said something so crazy. So you go for the guys who are green. You don't necessarily go for the people who have all the papers, the degrees, and then you mold them, you groom them into being really, really dope guys, very talented guys. Yeah. That's amazing, because I know in the game nowadays, especially for the small organizations, I'm at the startups or whatever. The big boys go and poach from them.
Yeah.
And then now you're thinking, oh my God, how am I going to keep up? So, but it must be a cost, isn't it? Though, yeah. When you cause it, like if your people are poached, then you probably have to start afresh and now start training again.
Yeah. So that happens, bro. It's one of the most annoying things.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like one of the things that people don't prepare you for in entrepreneurship is like turnover.
Yeah.
When you have employee turnover, when you lose that employee, especially an employee that you've really, really tried to, upskill, and you can see, hey, this person was becoming a beast, and then they just leave. You're like, then you need to get a new person, and you need to start again, and they need to get all these foundations again. It's annoying, but it's part of the business. It comes with the territory.
So you just said that it's business.
Yeah, it's business.
It's not personal.
It's not personal, bro. It's not personal. In that moment, I'll just be like, I'll feel bad, but then I always wish people well, because I think most people, I wouldn't want to have somebody sit in Dreamers Inc. for 10 years and they don't feel like their future is taken care of. If that makes sense.
We have a caller right now. Hopefully it's a question or a comment. Remember, guys, you can jump in. It's a 0719012600. SpiceFM, good evening. All right, there you go. SpiceFM, good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
What's up, bro? Who are we speaking with? Hello? All right, so looks like we have a problem with the connection over there. You guys, this is a fire conversation. Unfortunately, we're running out of time.
Okay.
I know that guys who want to collaborate, maybe guys want to share your story or even engage with you further, that kind of thing. How can guys reach out?
So feel free to shoot me an email. On last time I butchered my email. Let me just check it. The email is Saka, SAKKA, @dreamersinc.co.ke.
I love that.
Yeah, and I'll be able to just respond to you. And also you can connect with me on the different social media platforms, TikTok, Beard and Marketing, Instagram, Beard and Marketing.
Let's talk to the OG right here. Okola.
Mwakurugenzi.
You guy, ume lost. Where have you? Last time I saw you at Sheraton.
Nilienda mashinani nikagundua haispiki game gamba.
Uko fiti lakini my guy.
Niko fiti alafu nimekaa mnasikiza conversation.
Yeah.
Na reality na ni hit. Kenya siko na mdomo tamu.
Yes.
Like even when things we know are not working, we literally make them work.
We're resilient. We're innovative.
But there is something I feel like maybe we are not giving our all, like 100%.
So what's this?
Like Article 35.
Right.
Right to information. So we are not getting the whole information we need. Especially in terms of how our data will be protected.
Right.
We don't know, like ile third party, how are they sharing it up? The images zenye maybe nimeupload hapo hivyo zinarudi kutumika aje?
Right.
Tutaigagaje? Then kuna hii video niliona ikitrend, like you jamani nimegraduate na all of my education ni chat GPT.
Yeah. Nilicheki.
So swali ni hii chat GPT ina replace education ama vipi?
Right.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Lakini all in all mimi bado napenda teknolojia mahali tunaelekea.
Right.
I think tunaweza tumia ChatGPT kutusaidia kuchambua katiba na kusimamia haki zetu.
Okay. Thanks, my guy Okola. I think to make it your point, and tunaenda kuaddress hii. Of course, Deno is still in the building. Thanks, my guy.
No problem.
All right. And then there's also a brother here called Collins Doody, Jandiko, aka Jandiko. And I said, my Danny Saka, you guys are real. I'm encouraged. What a great conversation. It's true that the A44 system prepared us for employment, not self-employment. I resigned when it couldn't work out at my working place. 8 years straight without a salary. I need your contacts, bro. Yeah, so I think Dennis, obviously, he's already put out his email. He's going to share it again. But, Dennis, before I let you go, I want you to just address what Okola asked, or the comment that he made. So is it true that, moving forward, ChatGPT, AI, is actually replacing traditional education? And he gave an example of that guy who was going out and saying, "Nime graduate courtesy of ChatGPT."
100%, bro. Yeah. And I'm glad that he raised that question. And one of the things that actually I asked myself, and bro, allow me to share my personal story on this one.
Yeah.
bro, this thing, I've asked myself so many questions about like ChatGPT and the education system, to the point that I'm actually thinking of not taking my kids to like normal school.
No, are you
Like,
serious?
Remember I told you yesterday? Yes.
Yeah, like on a serious note, because
Yeah.
I'm just like, honestly, if you, because me, I just angalia, how I look at it is I angalia what the guys who understand, the guys who are spearheading this AI thing, what are they doing? You angalia kina Elon Musk, they're not taking their kids to like normal school, they're not teaching their kids normal things, they're teaching their kids how to become engineers, how to problem solve, how to identify problems, and how to use AI to sort out those problems. There are a couple of what do you call it, syllabuses that have come out from that, like which leverage a lot of AI in teaching children, so that children know how to identify problems and how to use AI to sort out those problems. Because the truth of the matter is that, honestly, ChatGPT knows everything. Right now, it's like it's probably going to. It's people are saying that we're going to hit. It's called what, that thing. Supremacy. It's called what?
I'm not so sure.
It's called something. I forgot what it's called. It's super intelligence.
Okay.
We are about to hit super intelligence in the next 2 years. The number of neurons that ChatGPT has is mad.
Yeah.
So if ChatGPT has all these neurons and it knows all these things that it knows, why do we need to go to school and learn all these things at the same time?
Right.
And we can already use ChatGPT to sort out the problems that we have, because it already knows all these things, right?
Yeah.
So we need to really think about how we are teaching people. So how do you teach people in schools? How do you teach them skills? You know, like me, I would be more keen on my kid and learning survival skills, because clearly ChatGPT will sort out the rest, right? True. So the most important thing for them is like, how are they able to survive? How are they being taught life skills? How are they being
dynamics.
taught, social dynamics? How are they being taught to identify problems in society and actually to sort out those problems using AI? So I think people really need to rethink how the education system is taught, especially with AI. And I don't know what the solution is, but then I agree with him that it cannot be the same. Because honestly, people will graduate with ChatGPT, they won't know anything. They won't have absorbed anything.
And there's nothing to. You shouldn't feel embarrassed to say that.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't think you should feel embarrassed to say it. But then, when it comes to practice, then practicing, you won't have ChatGPT.
I agree.
You get what I'm saying? So if, for instance, you were able to hack your medicine exam, and I'm not saying that there are doctors out there who just passed with
that would be dangerous,
man. It would be dangerous, but you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine meeting a doctor who just knows ChatGPT.
It's true. Yeah, you need to apply the knowledge that you've learned from ChatGPT.
Correct.
I like that. Yo, you know what? I'm going to invite you to a conversation we're going to have on the seminar very soon at the end of the month.
That's what's up.
So that we can further this conversation, because clearly there are many young guys who are really fired up about where education is advancing towards, the opportunities out there when it comes to entrepreneurship. Once again, put your email out there. Collins needs your email, your contacts you get. And Asema, he's relating, he's encouraged. It's a great conversation. Who knows what's going to come up? So, this guy is saying he actually resigned from his workplace 8 years ago. The education system, the 844 system didn't really prepare him for employment.
Yeah.
It prepared him for employment and not self-employment. I think he wants to get into entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So once again, the email.
Yeah. The email. So my email is Saka, SAKA @dreamersinc.co.ke, and you can also find me across the various social media platforms under Beard and Marketing. Beard and Marketing.
Yeah, Beard and Marketing. You can check his name over there on our hashtag After Hours on Spice. That's Beard and the letter N and then Marketing.
Yep.
Good stuff. Remember, he's the founder and CEO of Dreamers Inc. Yo, by the way, why that name Dreamers?
So with the Dreamers Inc., it was just mainly around being obsessed with that dream. You remember that thing that we were talking about? You need to find a solution.
It's true.
And then you just be obsessed with it. So I have this dream that I'm super obsessed with.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with it, kabisa. Right now it's taking shape.
Yeah.
But I think people will be able to see it like in the next 10 years. In the next 10 years, that's when people will be like, oh, hey, this guy was onto something. So right now we're still trying to build. But Dreamers Inc. was built off that. Believing in a dream and chasing that dream relentlessly and being very passionate about chasing that dream. And no one should tell you that your dream is not valid. Anything that your mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. Yeah.
Okay, that's how we wrap up this conversation.
That's profound.
JP, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Marinating on the information and knowledge, man.
Sawa. When we
Right.
come back, cruising the internet.
For sure.
There's a lot of stories going down out there.
Yeah.
For example, these guys who are abducted, kuna watu wanasema, how are you gonna just come out of an abduction situation looking all fresh like that? At his paka, you all got haircuts.
Others wanaambia tu walienda disco matanga. Surely.
Yeah, surely. We need the answers.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is what it is. We'll speculate when we come back in just a bit. Shabuzi, a bar song.
Sugar and spice and everything nice. 94.4 Spice FM.